Hello guys, welcome to today's show. My name is CHUKS and you're on GFL TV, the home of football. So if today is the first time we see our program, for here we will bring you the latest Arsenal news updates as they drop all over the world. So for now, let's start with today's news. Lee Dixon will be one of Arsenal legends. Don't come outside and talk about the right back position for Arsenal. So Baba can talk say he go prefer make Tomiyasu the play ahead of Ben White. And the reason we make a talk like that say no be say Ben White no be player. Ben White is a good player, but Ben White is not a specialist. You get say it go make sense say you use a specialist who owns that place, who is the original right back player, compared to somebody where they play center back where they can't convert like a makeshift right back. Can they play for that place? Say you know go make sense. So now the way we in the CM. But another people going to bring arguments say in football you don't change the winning team. That's why I say Ateta they will repeat the same lineup when they use as long as they are hale and hearty. Say nothing do them, then they okay. Nobody get injury or cramps. Then Ingo they repeat them because after all, I just every 7 days we play now, Abi. So it can easily work for us. But once September don't enter now, the Europa League can enter. When they play like every 4 to 3 days, all these things will change. Nobody go fit they play every 4 days. Come on now, you'll be robots now. So then we will switch things there. But for now, if we say you're playing once in 7 days, then we will fit they repeat the same lineup. That's what's in the talk. I don't know what you think about what's in Lee Dixon. They talk say it will make sense. But they used to me also. And you know say for the match them play last, some people they complain say Ben White no they give accurate deliveries because naturally he's a center back. You get so you can't compare his delivery system and the delivery system of a Tomiyasu. That's the difference between the two. And even the ambassador self and the Ogamagus and Ogajoka, even they talk say, you know, say they don't feel change winning team. And at the same time, Tomiyasu just they come from injury. He never really did very fit. Even Lee Dixon himself even acknowledge the fact say Tomiyasu is always getting broken like a biscuit. Say the guy he go play small, he go break down. Say that is why they use Ben White. Say Ben White is an exceptional player, and thank God we have somebody that can deputize for Tomiyasu, and we are not even feeling that okay maybe he's not that good enough because nobody don't really beat him. Look at the first match where the guy deal with Zaha. That match alone, I'm the welcome to the right backstage. So I was very impressed. So moving forward, my own happiness be say now we don't get a makeshift back line of 3 center backs and 1 left back. You get, because when we are in the defensive posture, you can't be like saying that 3 center backs they're like no nonsense, bullish defenders. That's what makes me happy. So let's proceed. For the match they played yesterday, I think you say this season a lot of shockers will happen. Manchester United versus Liverpool. Where man you felt they knocked them 2-0. Liverpool can score and come 2-1. Last what did the match end? 2-1, and this will be the first win of Erik ten Hag of the season. And he no can win against a small team, he can win against almighty Liverpool, which means this season Liverpool first 3 games don't be draw, and Liverpool lose. Now man you don't leapfrog Liverpool for the table. Man you don't do like 14th place with 3 points. Liverpool don't dey down. Can you imagine? We never even go far for league. The Man City already there is 5 points the gap to Liverpool. This season is going to be different from other seasons. The gulf in difference between the people at the top and the people below is not that so much. If you look at the Newcastle almost beating a Man City side, and why it happened like this, we say Man City and Liverpool they lost some players and they recruited and got some other players. So it's not really easy for those players to adapt. And Manchester United, when they have to say Darwin Núñez, no even play against them. Now when you check a Liverpool side, you go see they don't lose money. Mane don't score 4 goals in 3 games for Bayern Munich. You are missing his goals also and his presence up there. Man is a worker. You get, you just misunderstand the way in which your club get as a can use Luis Diaz can replace him. That's why he can't vex. He can't go where they go appreciate him. So when you check that Liverpool setup, it is not easy for them to continue without a man. Look at Salah. Salah was toothless until he scored that goal. That man last year with Manchester United back on, that guy is very good. At first they said the guy that shit backer. The guy kept Salah quiet. Salah didn't do anything. And the major news headline of that match was the fact that Erik ten Hag rests Ronaldo and rests Maguire. Like he rests the captain, sit down for bench. You will be superstar. Oh yeah, sit down for bench. Watch the match. Now they entered like 80-something minutes. That match is an eye opener of many things to come in this season. You get a lot of shockers are going to happen. This is not going to be like the regular status quo. I just keep an eye on this season. At the same time, Leicester don't come outside and say they eye Nicolas Pepe, say they won't carry Nicolas Pepe, go for their own stadium, make them use them to get, they need extra bite to get. So I never know whether I go still work because OGNIS and Arsenal already did in advanced talks for Nicolas Pepe. The talk don't go far on. I know say we get good relationship with OGNIS because Saliba said don't go there on loan before, so they are okay to receiving our own player. I get. So now Nicolas Pepe said they talk personal terms with them. So I never know how all this things go solve. Whether the guy go still there for EPL, I think we'll go back to OGNIS. I never know. Well, let's be watching. Jamie Redknapp self don't come outside, can't they praise William Saliba? You get, don't talk say, you see this Saliba, Saliba and Fofana, two of them play for St. Etienne, and two of them complement each other. They are very, very good. Now two of them can go their own separate ways. Arsenal buy Saliba, Leicester buy Fofana. Look at Leicester since Fofana value na £80 million. Fofana way Martinelli one leak the already, you get. So now, if Fofana is £80 million, how much is Saliba? That's what the issue is. That's the $1 million question. That means Saliba could be like £150 million now at 21 years. So Baba Tosi then grow very well, and St. Etienne already groomed them, like they played very well. So Arsenal should be happy that they have somebody in the caliber of Saliba in their ranks. Say it makes sense. Fabrizio Romano don't come outside, call the talk for media set and say Pedro Neto say na priority the guy be for Arsenal. Say Arsenal won't sign the guy by all means, you get. Say Arsenal need them. I know only Fabrizio said they come outside they talk about this thing. Even David Ornstein said don't talk and say the guy na priority, you get. So Fabrizio they talk say as long as Pepe they come out for Arsenal, then if they look say who will be the person who will sign next. When they say somebody is a priority, it doesn't mean you are not looking at other people, but in the scale of preference, like for your choice, if you get like 3 names who they mention, who will be the best name among them? Na Pedro Neto, because don't forget we are looking at Cody Gakpo, we are looking at Yeremy Pino, then we are looking at this Ukrainian Mudryk. Then at the same time, this Pedro Neto, these are 4 players we are looking at, and out of these 4 players, the priority, like our first choice, now be Pedro Neto. So that's so it go be. For those who they ask say, like I see Malo comment, say Malo they talk say, that's what they talk say, Tillemans now priority down, so we know they go for Pino again. So they explain that and say, nobody say we know they go for Pino, but in the scale of preference, we are actually prioritizing this Pedro Neto as our first choice. So that's what it is. Then Alan Smith said, don't come outside, call they talk about Odegaard. So Baba Conto say with the way Odegaard they play, say Odegaard they worth like £80 million. This is a guy Arsenal bought £30 million. Real Madrid first of all bought him when he was 16. The whole world celebrate and say the guy is the next top talent he gets. But in aspirations and dreams don't come materialize for Real Madrid. So they can't sign and loan, Real Sociedad here and there, Arsenal back to back. So at the end of the day, Arsenal can say okay, make them buy him. Initially they wanted to go and buy medicine, but the price they come for us, we won't cut our neck. So can they see Odegaard as a cheaper alternatives? We carry the guy for 30 million, and the guy now is our captain, the captain of Norway also. The guy is playing very, very well. Even with the year reports for training, even the day when they will give them off day, the guy will still come train. Like he always practices on something. Even sometimes Mikel Arteta will remind and say, Papa, smile now, you got a bone face, what is this up now? You are too serious again. So we are happy that we have somebody like him. And they make the team they tick, at least they give them assist upon assist. Yeah, they try. Nice one. Our familiar set is so Mohamed Salah don't come as they announce those who feel say will give Liverpool a run for their money when it comes to the title. This news self, I even talk when I go live yesterday, but unfortunately not everybody they join our live. So I say my just repeat about the benefit of those who don't join the live. So Salah they talk say people like Arsenal, people like Chelsea, and people like Man City, these 3 clubs. Now them feel say they follow Liverpool, they drag for the title because everybody knows say Arsenal don't strengthen. You get people they talk say we sign 5 players, sign 5 players. I'm making that they add Saliba, I'll say we sign 6 players because Saliba is like a new signing. He never played for us before, so you can't count him out. Just call and say now 6 new players and we sign. You get, and we never sign finish before the season will end. Before September 1. I'm expecting like 2 new arrivals, you get, a midfielder and a winger, as long as Nicolas Pepe is leaving, and it is all indicators they point to the fact that Pepe will leave. My marital spirit wey they call the mirror say don't come outside call they let us know say Leicester City they eye Manchester United player wey they call James Garner, and they want to use this guy as a replacement for Yuri Tillemans because they are bracing up for Arsenal's bid. They don't say Yuri Tillemans no will stay for there after September 1. So they don't they ask Manchester United say how far this guy. Manchester United say the guy na £15 million. then they go fit sell am. So them don't they prepare their money. So okay, if Arsenal give them like 25-30 million pounds or highest, now they go fit sell you the Tillemans to us. If they give them that money, then part of the money they will just reinvest. And no one here say they sell you the Tillemans, them no come fit replace the guy you get. So that's what it is. Well, I did have to say they don't identify their target, so it go easy, go make the deal go smoothly, no hiccups. Even Pedro Neto said when they call the interview for one Talk Sports interview, when they watch it, it did not take small. So they call it ask who be in favorite team for England. So Baba come talking at Arsenal, that be favorite team. They call ask why. They say under Wenger, you don't watch them for long. Say like their style of play, even though they are not winning titles. That's what he said. Even though they are not winning titles, but their style of play is top notch. It's one of the best in the country. That is why in like them, they are very, very adventurous. The guys have talked many things about Arsenal, their style of play. You know, see that time now that they talk Arsenal, they play like Barcelona, tiki taka, all those days who get ballers now, who get those guys as Fabregas, Song, people for the middle of balance and that left, then the nursery there, put the run things. We don't get players in the past, all those guys, Santi Cazorla. God. Another guy, the captain of Arsenal, don't come outside for media setting. When they tell the teammates, say, make them they very, very calm. You get, say we never really achieve anything. Don't forget, say 3 games, don't collect first 3 wins. Say, we could be humble, we could continue, we could take out 1 game at a time. And another thing about the talk, say a lot of things have changed in Arsenal. So first of all, we bought well, we bought good players. And everybody now understands their role. Everybody understands each other. If I'm at the front, I don't need to look at the back to know that Nicolas Pepe is, to know that Saka is in the right, to know that Martinelli is in the left, to know that movement. Everybody don't understand each other. The system is working really well. Like the system is being implemented in a very good way. Like why don't they talk better things? Say now, the best thing they can do for each other is take each game as it comes, one at a time. Don't look at the table, don't concentrate on what the media is saying, the way they are praising Arsenal. Just concentrate on your game, and at the end of the day, we'll see what happens. Our Charles Watt don't come outside because they talk say Arsenal will sign a new winger if Pepe leave. Everybody see the talk and say if Pepe leave, because Baba they talk say who be the mystery winger? He no really know. Some people they talk say that Pedro Neto be the mystery winger. Say he no really know, because remember in the past Fabrizio Romano come outside and say Arsenal wants to sign a mystery winger and they don't want anybody to know about the player. You get, maybe not because if they talk the player now, other people will run go, they're going to ask how much. You get, so in they say he don't know who he could be, but all he can assure you is that Arsenal will sign a player if Pepe leaves. If they don't sign, it will be highly surprised. That's what you're saying. Graham Saune should be one of our super football pundits. Don't come outside. Call the question whether people like Zinchenko and people like Gabriel Jesus, whether they go feel they consistent, play the way that they play now, week in, week out for a very long time. Because if they talk, so when you check about Man City now, Zinchenko played 10 times last season. Gabriel Jesus played 20 times last season for Man City. Now they are coming at Arsenal where they are playing almost every game. So can they be consistent, playing at the highest level, game in, game out? You get, see, if you walk, and the question everybody ask. And for me, I will answer, say, why not? They are super professionals. You get, why they not go play week in, week out? That's what Jesus has been crying for. And another sweet thing we happen for this season, they say, this season, we get 2 seasons in a season. We get the first half of the season, and we get the second half of the season. The first half of the season, I think we are playing 16 games. After 16 games, you have the World Cup. Then we now prepare for the second half of the season again, because the World Cup, the league will be paused. All your form will be thrown out of the window. Those who go represent the country will go. Those who no day, if you go holiday or if you train for the club, we don't really know how the structure will be. Then after the World Cup, which will take like maybe 1 month or more, then you now start to restructure and start preparing. Maybe go do small pre-season again for the second half of the season, which is about 22 games again. So we're having 2 seasons inside 1 season. So how this thing is going to disrupt the flow of everybody. Before the World Cup, players are playing very well to make sure say their country will select them. That is why I see people like Gabriel Jesus now, they fire on all cylinders, because he want to make sure say he meets the requirements to go for World Cup. So I never know how all this is going to go. After World Cup, our team is going to lose form, our team is going to pick form. That is what we don't know. We'll soon find out very soon. Our Jamie Carragher said, don't come outside, call the talk, say, if Arsenal gets Pedro Neto, hey, say they will be getting a superstar in their rank because the guy is very, very good. The guy is very, very explosive, very adventurous, and he's playing in a team that doesn't dominate games, a team that doesn't really go forward, that doesn't have a lot of attacking players. Well, you just have maybe Jimenez, you have the Podence, you have Neto. Apart from that, who else? That's one of the questions. Who do they see for that place? Then you have Ruben Neves in the middle of the park. They don't really get attacking spark like when you come to Arsenal. Look at the teams we have. Come on, add that Pedro Neto. I watched the guy against Tottenham Hotspur. I see it. The guy left lane. The guy get pace. God. See we need to get that guy again. So if you don't watch yesterday's show, check the top left corner of your screen. You see the thumbnail. Click on so that you get all Arsenal updates as they drop all over the world. So CHUKS signing out. Enjoy the rest of your week and get out.